What's up, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to give you guys a very quick update on the markets to talk about how things are looking. Just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, don't forget to check out my Moomoo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed 15 in total, not to mention 8.1% APY in uninvested cash. The offering's in just 2 weeks. Anyways, let's talk about what's happening with the market. Don't forget that for tomorrow, there's not really much coming out in the morning, but we do have FOMC coming out. Make sure you pay attention to what is happening with the Fed rates decision. Will they give us a 25 basis point cut or not? Most likely that's going to be the case. And then we're going to also be looking at what happens with the interest rate projections for 1 year, 2 years, and 3 years out, and etc. That's going to be very important as well. We have the press conference at 2:30 when Jerome Powell is going to be opening his mouth, and that's going to likely cause volatility. So be prepared for all of that. I just want to give you guys a very advanced head up about that. A heads up about that, excuse me. So what's happening with the way the market's moving? Tesla's outperforming, looking very strong, trying to break its all-time highs. If this closes above 480, it's going to be in a good place for tomorrow to continue this run, and we could be looking for new all-time highs tomorrow to surpass 485. 490 is very possible. And if we break past the 490s, we could easily go up to 500 at that point. And it looks like Tesla might be trying to get up to 500. So it looks very strong. On the other hand, SPY is showing a little bit of weakness. It did dip a bit only to get bought back up. But I want to mention that we have a very tight channel right now on SPY. We have this pennant where we're going back and forth and back and forth. This could attempt to bounce. And if we do bounce, we have that gap to fill. But I think that we're just going to likely be stuck in this for quite some time. And in order for us to truly break this, it's going to depend on Jerome Powell and FOMC. So if we lose 602 tomorrow, there's going to be a bigger rug pull for 600 and 598, if not lower. And if we get a good report, a good reaction tomorrow, we could be looking for, once again, new all-time highs. Otherwise, we're just stuck in this pennant for now. SPY has not really moved much from it. For Nvda, we're dipping right now, showing a little bit of weakness. We'll have to see if 128 or so holds. If it does, I think that this could attempt to rebound. Otherwise, it is going to be stuck right here. So give this some time. I'm hoping that buyers do defend Nvda very nicely. And then if they do, this could attempt to get back up to 132 plus. If not, it all hinges upon FOMC at this point. So it's going to be very choppy until then. For what else is going to be happening, Bitcoin is once again holding up well. This could attempt to push up once again towards these highs, but I think we're very choppy. So even though it's a little bit more bullish, we're going to see a lot of chop before it attempts to push higher. So that's what I'm still seeing. For ES, there's a big divergence between ES and SPY. This gapped up and now it's starting to dip. We're going to be watching to see if the 6120 area holds. That's where the support is. If it doesn't, 6100 flats is coming. Then we have this gap fill all the way down to 6989. So for now, we're just holding up. This is going to depend on FOMC if we get some kind of rug pull to fill the gap or not. So just keep that in mind. For others, we also happen to have NQ. NQ could be dipping a little bit more, especially if we have this gap down here to fill. I do expect this to be a little choppy for now. We're stuck between 22,300 and very close to that range. That's going to likely continue, but there is going to be that risk of us dipping lower if Jerome Powell causes that. But for now, we're very choppy. We're just waiting. The QQQ is at risk of retesting the low of the day around 534 tomorrow. If that fails, this 531.5 could be touched. But as long as we don't lose that, we could still bounce again. So if there is some kind of small dip, we could bounce. We have to lose 531.5 to turn bearish, and there's no sign of that yet. So it's still technically on an uptrend. Apple looks more bullish. We could be approaching 255. It's doing a good job at holding up. For the IWM, we're very weak right now. We're barely holding 231. If we don't close above that, this could turn a little bit weaker. And if we don't hold that after Powell's speech tomorrow, if we do hold this, we could attempt to bounce. So we'll just have to see how it goes. For coin, as long as we don't lose 313, we could attempt to rebound for 318. But I think we're very choppy as well. It's very choppy, kind of stuck in a range. It's going to likely be stuck between 310 and 320, going back and forth and back and forth. Amazon could also dip a little bit. We'll have to see if we reclaim 232. If not, we could be dipping to about that 230 area to 229. Even if it does dip a little bit, we could still bounce off that. So we're still doing fine. We're technically on an uptrend. Meta has a possible head and shoulders. I'm not too convinced about that. It's very choppy for now. We could see a dip to 612 if we don't hold around 618. So just keep that in mind. There is still somewhat of a risk of downside. Microsoft remains very bullish. We could be looking for a retest of 456. And then Google is showing some weakness because As soon as we hit 200, we're not doing a good job at breaking above it. It looks like it's struggling to do that. So this might be looking for a dip for like 195 to 193. We'll see if we bounce off that or not. Anyways, that is it for my video. I want to thank you all so much for listening. The market's about to close, so just heed my warning. The market's trying to rebound right now, but whether or not we get a bigger move is going to depend more on FOMC, and the market remains range bound for the most part. Until I see you guys again in a couple of hours, please take care, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next one to talk more about FOMC, what's happening for tomorrow. Thanks again, and peace out.